Rams is here. Wow. You came along? Yeah. How are things going up there? Oh, fine. You know, we found out there's a new temple.
There's a, yeah, we're going tomorrow. Myself and my daughters. You know what?
I just came.
You just came. The Christian life. Yeah, that's where we were.
You were there?
Yeah, we came there a couple of times.
Okay.
Now you just got a new location.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Have you been in a new location?
I haven't. We're going tomorrow.
Where is the new location? It's in Southwest Atlanta, in East Point, Brooklyn Road.
What's the name again? Yeah, you're the one I talked to. You saw me a stack of books.
I saw you?
Yes.
Yeah, so familiar.
He's been the voice. Hector was a father.
Okay.
Yes, it was you. I remember this name. I remember starting D. I couldn't remember everything.
Where was it?
This was at the one, you know, where you had like near downtown or whatever.
Okay,
We
yeah.
had the park in the garage or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was upstairs, of course. You guys used to get up cooking downstairs.
Oh, yeah,
So myself and my daughter, we came.
Wszystko wygląda dobrze?
Okay.
No teraz widzimy krzaki.
Tak, tylko sprawdzam, czy nagłośnienie też jest dobrze. Czy jak wyciszę tutaj, to czy u was też wycisza się?
No tak, jak tam wyciszysz, to my ciebie nie usłyszymy.
Aha. To wszystko dobrze, to zostawię tutaj, nie? Telefon.
No i jak będzie wykład, to możesz dać bliżej Maharadża.
Dobra.
Indolek.
Haribo!
So what's the program?
Jaki jest program?
Okay.
Till 1:30 and then we can have a group puja.
What time is it now?
1:22.
The bhajans are 8 minutes.
8 minutes, maybe more.
Who's the best singer?
Teraz będzie bhajan przez 5 minut.
Vajure mana chinanda nandana vayacharanada vinare.
Vajure mana chinanda nandana vayacharanada vinare.
Vajure mana chinanda nandana vayacharanada vinare. Translation.
Oh mind, just worship the lotus feet of the son of Nanda. which make one fearless. Having obtained this rare human birth, cross over this ocean of worldly existence through the association of saintly persons.
Day and night I remain sleepless, suffering heat and cold, wind and rain. For a bit of flickering of happiness, I have vainly served wicked and miserly men.
What assurance of real happiness is there in all of one's wealth, youthfulness, sons, and family members? This life is tottering like a drop of water on the lotus petal. Therefore, you should always serve and worship the divine truth of God.
It is the desire and great longing of Govinda Das to engage himself in the 9 processes of practice, namely hearing the glories of Lord Hari and chanting his glories, constantly remembering him and offering prayers to him, serving the Lord's lotus feet, serving the Supreme Lord as a servant, worshipping him with flowers and incense, and so forth, serving him as a friend and completely offering the Lord one's very self.
Jai Govinda.
Jai.
Okay, 8 minutes is up.
We can more bhajan sing.
You want to say?
You're a good singer.
Okay, I will sing that song again. Nam Sankirtan by Narottam Das Thakur, page 66. Hari Hari Vipale Sedu. I sang that already. Hari Hari Vipale Janama Ganayo. Hari Hari Vipale Janama. Excuse me, I told the wrong page.
54.
54.
And it's those. We have a different.
Yes.
We have different songs.
Hari Hari Vipale says that I. Hari Hari Vipale Ganayo. Hari Hari Vipale Ganayo. Mano Janama Paya Radha Krishna Ravatiya. Mano Janama Paya Radha Krishna Ravatiya. Mano Janama Paya
Hari Hari Dipane Lord Hari, I spent my life uselessly having obtained the human birth. Having not worshipped Radha and Krishna, I have knowingly drunk poison.
From Golok Vrindavan comes the chant of Hare Krishna, such spiritual sounds vibrate only from the planets of God. How unlucky that I have no taste for nectar such as this, no love for transcendental bliss. All matter is on blazing fire, and it is always burning my heart. Though ablaze, I have no desire to escape. Though my mind and body burn, I remain bound, trying to enjoy this Holocaust.
Never heard that translation before. Number 3, go ahead. Who's up?
Lord Chaitanya, son of Mother Sachi, formerly son of Nanda Maharaj, has now appeared with Lord Nityananda, formerly Balarama. They come chanting the holy names, Hari, Rama, Krishna. Chanting Krishna's names, they extricate all kinds of fallen, sinful entities from the blaze of this dark age of iron. Even 2 drunkards, Jagai and Madhai, are delivered, purified by their songs.
My Lord Krishna, son of Nanda, now you are before me with Radhika, daughter of King Vrishabhanu. O Lord, please cast your hands of mercy upon me. I, Narottam Das, now plead to you, Lord. Now I surrender to you fully. Please don't kick Narottam Das away, for he has no shelter for your lotus feet. Glance mercifully, O Lord, glance mercifully on Narottam Das, who is pleading at your feet.
Okay, one more. Ohe Vaishnava Thakur. First line is Ohe Vaishnava Thakur. Otherwise, in this book, it's page 42, but I don't know.
Yeah, all these different books have different translations and different words.
Ohe Vaishnava Thakura, Doyara Sagara, Hidatika Nakori. Ohe Vaishnava Thakura, Doyara Sagara, Hidatika Nakori. Ohe Vaishnava Thakura, Doyara Sagara, Hidatika Nakori. Ohe Vaishnava Thakura, Doyara Sagara, Hey Jia Parachaya, Doro Amaya, Hey Jia Parachaya, Doro Amaya, Oh, Samar Charana Hey, Jaya Vigatoni, Jaya Dosha Soni, Jaya Guna Dinoga. Hey, Jaya Vigatoni, Jaya Dosha Soni, Jaya Guna Dinoga. Jaya Vigatoni, Oh, Jaya Satsanga, Jai Ho Yamari, 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 Osati Tangira, Osati Tangira. Bosati Tangira, Bosati Tangira, Ekati Amara, Ipaya Bala, Parinama Sankita, Ekati Amara, Ipaya Bala, Parinama Sankita, Ekati Amara, Ipaya Bala, kripa kori Radha Bindu diya. Tumi kripa kori Radha Bindu diya. Tumi kripa kori Radha Bindu diya. Tumi kripa kori Radha Bindu diya. Deho Krishna Namadhana. Deho Krishna Namadhana. Deho Krishna Namadhana. Deho Krishna Namadhana. Krishna se Tumara, Radhe se Para, Tumara Chakra Diya. Krishna se Tumara, Radhe se Para, Tumara Chakra. Hey Krishna se Tumara, Radhe se Para, Tumara Chakra Diya. Ami tu Kangala Krishna Krishna Boli. 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 Ayata Baba Dita. Ayata Baba Dita. Ayata Baba Dita. Baba Dita. Holy Vaishnava Thakura, Naradhara, Nirata. Holy Vaishnava Thakura, Naradhara,
Translation. Venerable Vaishnava, ocean of mercy, be merciful unto your servant. Give me the shade of your lotus feet and purify me. I hold onto your lotus feet.
Teach me to control my 6 passions, rectify my 6 faults, bestow upon me the 6 qualities, and offer unto me the 6 kinds of holy association.
I do not find the strength to carry on alone the Sankirtan of the holy name of Hari. Please bless me by giving me just one drop of faith with which to obtain the great treasure of the holy name of Krishna.
Krishna is yours. You have the power to give him to me. I am simply running behind you shouting, Krishna, Krishna.
What are you shouting?
Krishna.
The 6 passions are those pertaining to words, mind, anger, the tongue, the stomach, and the genitals. The 6 faults are overeating, attachment to material things, inability to follow regular principles, sense gratification, useless idle talk, and impure habits. The 6 positive qualities are enthusiasm in practicing devotional service, firm faith in devotional process, a strong desire to attain Krishna Prema Bhakti, a favorable service attitude, avoidance of non-devotees, and appreciation of the company of devotees. The 6 methods of association are to go to an assembly of devotees, to invite devotees into one's home, to discuss and hear devotional topics, to take the Mahaprasadam of the devotees, and to give Mahaprasadam to devotees. Like you know that Korki. Okay. Who's in charge here? Atman?
So next will be Guru Puja.
Why should we go into Nityananda? Who's that? Oh, yeah. Welcome, welcome. Who's going to sing?
Narayan.
Hold on. Jaya Guru Deva. Jaya Guru Deva. Guru Deva.
Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bando Muri
Haribol.
Prabhupada ki. That was fun. That's nice. You sang very nicely.
Next we can have a kirtan.
Stand up. How about Yasamati Nandana Rajakarata Kukula Randana Kana
Yasamati Nandana
program is?
Next program is offerings. So if anybody would like to speak a little bit,
Oh, offering, I think you're talking about the shower.
and then
Okay, I'm super here.
I'll speak one thing before we start. Is that we're so much indebted to Srila Prabhupada. There's no way we can pay him back in this lifetime. So therefore, we have to be with him in the next life, so we have again a chance to try to repay him. This is the mood of the Vaishnava, that we want to be eternally the servant.
To jest nastrój Wajsznawy, że zawsze jesteśmy zadłużeni.
You saw in the dream there was this kind of spiritual world. And Prabhupada said, thank you very much. So we can have in the spiritual world, we can also.
Możemy mieć iskon w świecie duchowym. Tak powiedział Śla Prabhupada.
Okay. Prabhupada ki.
Teraz będą ofiarowania czytane.
No, that's all right.
My dearest Guru Maharaj, I'm so happy that on this auspicious day, I have the opportunity to glorify you and Prabhupada. First of all, I want to thank Srila Prabhupada for his coming to the US through those crazy obstacles and making such a good disciple like you, Guru Maharaj. You are one of the greatest sadhakas. You're the one of the best examples of devotion to your Guru. You're the one who is teaching us how to strictly follow the teachings of Prabhupada and how to fight for Krishna. You're the one who is teaching and inspiring us to be fearless. The past year was really tough for me. I realized that if the body gets sick and disturbs me for a long time, it's almost impossible to chant and use my intelligence. Maya is so strong that she's totally covering all my enthusiasm for devotional service that I had before. Only the mercy of Vaishnavas can help in such a difficult situation. I realized very deeply that I'm totally zero without your mercy. By your and my husband's mercy, we moved to Alachia recently. After a long time without sadhu sangha, I came to the temple for morning program, and Pran Govinda Prabhu came to me and asked me to sing the bhajan Shri Guru Charana Padma. While singing, I deeply felt your and Prabhupada's presence. That despite my worthlessness, I ended up in Prabhupada's family. I don't know where I would be without you. My only prayers are about being able to stay and be useful in Prabhupada's family till the end of my life. I'm totally blind and I'm begging you, please lead me to the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. I don't find the strength to carry on the Sankirtana of the holy name of Hari alone. Please bless me by giving me just one drop of faith with which I can obtain the great treasure of the holy name of Krishna.
Jai.
Glorious Trivikrama Maharaj.
Jai.
Maharaj. During the last, I would say 6 months or so, I've been listening to Srila Prabhupada in the morning, taking Bhagavad Gita class with Srila Prabhupada, listening to his lecture. And listening to his lectures makes me think of you all the time, because you are constantly praising Srila Prabhupada and what he has done for you. Now, listening to this, I can kind of get a feeling, sort of what you must have felt in the presence of Srila Prabhupada. I really can't, but I can kind of get some kind of feeling. But in the presence of Srila Prabhupada, I really, really, really appreciate you for being the devotee that Srila Prabhupada made you and sticking to his preaching technique, because it's a very direct approach, and it's just straight to the core. And that's what affects me most, when it's straight to the heart. And
Did you understand, blunt?
that's why I love you. And also during this time, I've come down a couple of times from Georgia to do some work for some people, and you were not here. And I was dying because I felt like, now I understand. You have to take advantage when you have the chance. So when I found out you were going to be here for Guru Puja, I had to make sure that I am here, because I really, really am happy to see you and for you to accept me into your place. I really appreciate it.
Hare Krishna.
That means you're my aspiring disciple now?
I'm wondering about that. I have to talk to you.
Okay, next. No, I just want to get. Who's speaking next? I'm not giving you that.
What? Take a picture. That's very rare.
Can you show?
Jayananda. So his ashram is, due to the pandemic, we weren't able to go out and preach, but that gave me a lot of opportunity to have the association. I would come every Sunday to with programs, and so every year on the birthday, I always remember our first interaction in the temple, and to the temple, and our very first interaction was, "Can you please come every day and learn from us." And
Which temple was that? Where were we?
Orlando Temple.
That's right.
It's called Orlando Temple. And you invited me to come every day and come in the morning programs, even though it was my first day at the temple. So I just meditated, as in you're inviting me to join Prabhupada and the Guru Parampara in worshiping Shri Shri Radha Krishna and Shri Shri Untitled. And so every year I'm always grateful for the association. Without Guru's association, it's very hard to continue in Krishna Bhakti. So I just want to show my gratitude with this offering.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Because before we had the Radha store, these were daily.
Shanti Mandir.
Yeah.
You were here when I first came.
Yeah.
That
I'll
was-
never forget when you first came. Can I tell a quick story?
Yes.
At this time, we were at Shanti Mandir, and it was just a few of us, maybe 15, 20 max.
What year?
At the Shanti Mandir.
What year?
This was 2003, 4, somewhere around there. So it was just a few of us, having a program, and I kept, because there was always some here, some this, some squabble here, some squabble there. I don't know if I ever told you much, but I kept praying, please send spiritual master so that he can straighten all of this out and he can teach us properly. So Maharaj came with Krishnanam and they came to one program. And when they came, everything was really nice. Everybody was happy to see. And I'm not going to mention anything, but this one devotee who would come and he would have his mother. And his mother, she was a devotee for Prabhupada also. And so is this devotee. But his mother had a tendency to want to show her Prabhupada muscles out of state sometimes. And so she was doing this back and forth. Maharaj, can you please control your mother? Right there. Yes, this is what I need. And from there, then Maharaj pulled down and everything was
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Maharaj, I would like to thank you for being here. I came to Orlando in 2005. I remember in the house downtown. I was staying with you there.
Near the lake.
Yeah. And I feel like my experience here was always, I felt like the spiritual experience that I have here always because of your association. And that's what I'm very grateful for. And also another thing is that with my chanting, when I had break with my chanting like 10 years ago.
Maybe we can take them outside, they can play in the porch.
It was like 12 years ago, when I had a break with my chanting, I came to this realization that only because of your association I can reestablish my chanting. And this moment I felt it very, very clearly, because I can share with you that I'm chanting every day, and I can make commitment every day that I'm chanting. From this day till today, I can feel that this chanting becomes stronger, more clear, and I have more commitment. And I feel like this possibility that I can share my experience make me so much stronger in Krishna consciousness. And I would like to thank you.
Welcome. We have chair for guests.
Here, you can.
You can come sit here.
Anybody else would like to?
This is how we should surrender to the spiritual master. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya. Mukam karoti vachalam pangulam gayatri girim. Yat kripaha tama vande Sri Guru Dinatane. Yasya deve para bhakti yatha deve tatha guru tasaite katita hirtha prakasante mahatma. By the causeless mercy of Guru and Krishna, all the Vedic literature revealed to the disciple. But my experience is, by serving to the spiritual master and Krishna, everything is revealed to the disciples. We try to serve the spiritual master, everything comes through. Everything we realize, everything, our path becomes very clear in the path of devotional service. Because the spiritual master is such, even though spiritual master is the Jiva Tattva, the spiritual master is such person. He's like catalyst. The business of the catalyst is to neutralize acid and base. So when the base becomes neutral, all the karma becomes neutral. So likewise, when we serve the spiritual master, our karma becomes reduced. And gradually just we become purified, we become closer to Krishna. So therefore, by serving spiritual master, we make advancement. The spiritual master is just like the mentor. By serving the spiritual master, we get not only get advancement, but also we get the realization how to reach to Krishna. Because the spiritual master and between the Jiva and the spiritual master, between Krishna and the spiritual master, the Jiva is there. Between Jiva and Krishna, the spiritual master becomes the biomedia, and he makes our karma neutral and he takes us towards Krishna. So therefore, spiritual master's role is very, very important for the disciples. So I know time and tide waits for none. None. I know His Holiness Trivikrama Maharaj since past 45 years now. Time has passed. And one day I met him in Delhi just while he was preaching in India. And I was very small, very young. He said, I will take you to the Prabhupada. And factually we went and he took me to Srila Prabhupada. I will never forget those days because Lavamatre Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi Hoy. Just by having a fraction of a second, the association of a pure devotee, Sarva Siddhi Hoy, our life will completely be sublimed. So I realized by having association of His Holiness Trivikrama Maharaj, I reached to Srila Prabhupada. I sought Srila Prabhupada. And I'm not only in this life, life after life, I owe His Holiness Trivikrama Maharaj. Therefore, my attachment is very strong. Therefore, I never forget to come to Him. So in this auspicious day of his 80th birthday, I pray to Krishna.
Don't be sentimental, just speak.
That he gives length and strength, his longevity becomes more, so that he could give us association.
I gave you the association of Prabhupada. That was the one moment. Not me, Prabhupada's association. I helped you to get Prabhupada's association. Okay, sit down. Come on.
We can even
Yeah. Trivikrama Swami Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Trivikrama Swami Maharaj has played an important role in my spiritual development. He was the first sannyasi who I saw at a university campus performing Harinam Sankirtan. I was so impressed. I offered my obeisances. I got up and he said to me, "Are you some kind of fanatic?" I don't know if you know that. That was years ago, like 2000.
What university?
University here.
UCF.
UCF, yeah, Central Florida. So I was just traveling Sankirtan at that time, and then it just left such a deep impression on my heart because I could see that this Prabhu, this Maharaj, he's completely dedicated to Srila Prabhupada. And I remember hearing stories about how the students at the campus were appreciating Maharaj for saying that he's protecting us. Somehow they could understand by his singing, by his chanting, he's protecting the whole atmosphere of that place and holding back.
Sometimes they said it.
Yeah, people feel that, and I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to serve under him, serve by him at the campus. And yesterday, as I was traveling here, greatly fortunate to be able to come here. Maharaj asked me to come for this celebration. I was so happy. I was telling all the devotees in Atlanta, they were wishing me well. They hope you'll come next month whenever you have time to come, please. Preach to the big new congregation we have there who are just eager to hear from advanced devotees and experienced devotees. And this is something I just came, it's not spontaneous, I guess, but it was when I wrote it. I just came very quickly into my mind while I was on this bus ride yesterday. I'd like to read that briefly. It's very short. It has been my good fortune to learn the mood of a devotee under your guidance, Maharaj. You never deviate from the determined path of hearing and chanting the holy names and the association of devotees. You offer full respect to others by relentlessly urging them towards the path of pure devotion. You speak what is most needed for your listeners to hear, abandoning the path of sentimentality or other such diversions, which are rooted in personal ambition. It is an honor to have your association and instruction. You give emphasis to traditional values and the protection of Srila Prabhupada's legacy. You impart the vision for unified cooperation among all descendants of Srila Prabhupada by common acceptance of his permanent preeminence. You reveal the path of devotional service as being simple and straightforward, attainable by any sincere aspirant. This is your kindness, and I bow down to you, and I beg to attain similar loyalty to my Param Guru, so that I may follow in your footsteps of bold preaching and unswerving determination to attract the mercy of Sri Krishna. Your humble servant, Vijamani Gaudash.
Very nice.
Hare Krishna.
I'll tell a quick story that I was in London in 1969, and I was given the service of giving massage to Srila Prabhupada every day. So there was one instance where I was kind of flattering him, and my mood was like, "You and me, Prabhupada, we could take over the world," something like that. And Prabhupada didn't like it. He stopped me. No, very emphatically. Then a month or so later, this was in a class, Prabhupada hearing class, and suddenly I got like a mystic vision that Prabhupada is not an ordinary person, that he was saying how the Guru is a representative of Krishna, and I saw that he really was representing Krishna, even though he was the human body, and he was just sitting next to me, not very far, but aware that our son was there. And so it made a big impression. The next morning, I came into Prabhupada, to do my service, and I said, "Srila Prabhupada, I very much liked your class last night." And so Srila Prabhupada said, "Oh, what part did you like?" I said, "Srila Prabhupada, I liked the part where you said that you were the representative of Krishna." So that Prabhupada accepted. He didn't get mad. He didn't say, no, why are you flattering me? Something. No, he accepted it fully, 100%. He's a representative of Krishna. And then he turned it around and he said, and you also can be representative of Krishna. When you say Krishna says, or Prabhupada says, then you're also a representative of Krishna. So in other words, it's not like like a yoga feat that, somebody's standing on their head or something for 5 years and then get some power. It's open to everybody. Just talk to them about Krishna, represent Krishna. Bhagavad Gita is there, the Bhagavatam is there. Learn it a little bit, and then tell others. Probably wanted thousands of gurus. That's what everybody can become guru. Just have to represent the message given by Krishna. That's all the guru is. He's representing the original message. Therefore, Prabhupada is given Bhagavad Gita as it is. He doesn't add or subtract. He's giving as it is. And because of that, Krishna is coming through him.
Therefore, Krishna said, Tumhara Krishna dite par, Tumhara sakat yaad se. Oh Gurudev, Krishna is yours. Krishna is your property. You are empowered by Krishna, that you can give Krishna to others.
But that empowerment is not some mystic thing that you go in the side room and suddenly you just born again or something.
No.
It's just representing every day the message of Krishna,
Right.
without adding or subtracting.
Right.
So why can't we all do that? Right. We don't do it because of false ego. We think, oh, if I just talk about Krishna, what about me? I'll be the loser somehow. But therefore, faith is required. And it takes a while to develop the faith that if I put Krishna in the center, I won't be the loser, because every child, like they're out playing on the porch now. Why? Because they can't just sit quietly and have us put Prabhupada in the center. They want to put themselves in the center, and they're playing, running. That's what we're born into. Everybody's born into that false ego. I want to be in the center. But now we have to learn, no, you don't belong in the center, my dear child, or my dear adult, or my dear temple president of the United States, or prime minister of Russia. You don't belong in the center. But they, false ego. Therefore, we should finish up our business and get out of here, because this is not a place for gentlemen. This material world, it's a place, for sin. Everybody's sinning. So, by Prabhupada's example and his precepts, he's encouraging us, giving us a chance. You can become free from sin. Just always put Krishna in the center. It's not so hard. It's natural. Once you get the hang of it, like riding a bicycle, you might think, how can I ride a bike? It's going to tip over. But once you learn, it's easy. Like the same way being a devotee, it looks like it's hard, but once you start doing it, it's just a natural thing. Yeah, anybody else? No, back to Michael. It's good wife. What's your name again? Kiara. Kiara. I call her Martin. Kiara Martin.
I think you're so right. Maharaj, you're like a bridge connecting us to Srila Prabhupada. You're like a bridge in between the present and the past. Even though it's only one generation away, without somebody like you, it's like a fantasy novel or something, it's just a million miles away. But with your association, it becomes real. And I feel connected to the past. I feel connected to Srila Prabhupada. I feel connected to the Acharyas all the way up to Krishna. And it was only because of your association. You are so merciful, and you give us that opportunity to associate with you. And you're such a strict follower of your Guru Maharaj that we can get blessings from Srila Prabhupada just by serving him. My life has no value without this service. So thank you, Maharaj.
Haribol.
Haribol.
His Holiness Trivikrama Swami Maharaj ki.
Now we can take the shot.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to speak? Dr. Brandon.
Yes. Well, I just want to say, tears flow from my eyes like waves, because I'm so grateful to find the movement, connect with Prabhupada. He saved my life.
Okay, go slowly, step by step.
It's not much I have to say. It's a lot that I feel, unfortunately.
That's fine. But just hold that in your heart and then go step in. In other words, I've been doing it for 50 years. I see some people are coming very enthusiastic, and then they go away real quickly. Sometimes probably compared to a shooting star. Very bright, and then they go out. So I'm saying, keep that fire. Don't let it go out, because this is Maya's kingdom. She's ready to grab you at every step.
not with malice, but because that's what you want. You want to put yourself in the center. So that tendency, like with the children, you see, to put yourself in the center is very strong. But gradually, you come to the right place, you can overcome that false ego. Otherwise, very difficult. Everybody loves himself the most. Therefore, there's so much conflict. But by putting Prabhupada and Krishna in the center, we can be happy. We don't belong in the center. But due to illusion, we think we do. So it's a gradual process. I appreciate it. I've got to know you the last couple of days. Very sincere person. But just keep it. Don't be a shooting star. But now I'm good. I didn't get what I wanted. After 1 year, I'm going to go look someplace else. Okay, anyone else?
Arjuna.
Maharaj, I'm meeting you after 2 years.
Yeah, I was missing you.
Yes, Maharaj, I was as well. Please forgive me if you can, because of, as you know, my mother's health is not doing well. She's still struggling. Through your grace and Prabhupada's mercy and Krishna's blessings, I've been able to inspire some of my family members. And as you know, I've been trying to start the charity at home and then try to move outward. So that's the goal I have right now. Trying to balance between my Garahastha as well as my dedication to you, your lotus feet, Prabhupada and Krishna. I've been trying to keep as much association as I can in this hard times of pandemic. So I was very determined this time to be in your presence. It's a very special moment for me to see you. And I really look forward to your association for many, many years to come. I did not know this was your 80th birthday, but to me, you're immortal. To me, you're forever. Physically or spiritually, you're always in my heart, and I'm always thinking of you. And I'm always thinking of Prabhupada, always associating with you and Prabhupada in my prayers. I know I'm not the best of the devotees, and I'm still trying to wash away the dirt that I have on my consciousness. Many struggles, but I'm still determined to come up from them. And always inspired by all the lectures that you've given. I remember when we first associated in 2014, I had my then fiance, now my wife, Alicia. We both got your association in the basement of Boston Temple. It was a wonderful time. She remembers you, she misses you. My mother wants to associate with you, but unfortunately she's not able to be here. But we all remember you, we all miss you, and we all want to be a devotee of Krishna and Prabhupada, and hopefully, if Krishna will, I will be able to bring her and sort of get your association. So please keep us in, keep everyone, myself in your prayers and thoughts, and please bless us so we can become Krishna's devotee, your devotee, and Prabhupada's devotee.
Thank you. So Chaitanya said that the only prayer that we should benedict or that we wish on somebody is may your mind be directed to Krishna. And coming back to your point, because we're starting Krishna consciousness and we want to do it forever, right? So we have to pace ourselves. You have to live with your mind. You can't be too fanatic. But at the same time, you should be strict. So it's a balancing act. Therefore, sometimes Sri Bhaktivedanta said we should feed our mind every morning with a shoe. Because our mind, once Prabhupada was asked, what is the biggest obstacle on our path of devotion? He said, you are yourself. So our own mind is our worst enemy. This is also mentioned in the 6th chapter. So we have to gradually conquer the mind by good association, by right activities, following the instructions of the acharyas. We can gradually come to it. But it's just like a long distance runner. They have to pace themselves. So if you're running 26 miles, you can't sprint. Responding. Where's mommy?
So that's good for all of us. Do something and keep it. Do something tangible. Chant 4 rounds. Chant, if you can chant 16, perfect. Try to follow at least, 4 regular principles. Be a human being. And then everything else will come. But if we jump over and think, oh, I'm going to be a pure devotee tomorrow, then you'll be disappointed and it'll be easy to go away. This didn't work. Let me try TM. Let me try something else. You came to the right place. This is the right thing. Krishna consciousness. Okay, anyone else? Sure. Kiara.
Yes. This is not going to be as eloquent as everybody else, so I apologize in advance. I'll never forget the first night I met you. I did not know who you were. I was kind of starting in Krishna consciousness when I came here. And thanks for Rico Temple. I was a little educated, but I didn't know anything about sannyasis and who you were. And you came up to me when I was chanting my rounds. And you were like, you know what those are for? You know how to chant properly? And I started just talking to you like I would talk to anyone. And you're like, oh, okay. And you exited out the door. And I remember when I told Mike Prabhu, he explained to me who you were, and I felt so embarrassed and kept that embarrassment for a while.
I'm glad you could approach me like that.
And then after I realized who you were, everything kind of took a whole new meaning. When we were in Orlando Temple, everything was running so smoothly and Kirtan was so ecstatic. And even though I was fighting my shyness, still am, you kind of pushed me in that way without directly pushing me. And then we got this fortunate circumstance through these unfortunate circumstances of being with you almost every day, taking your association. Without you, my job could not have improved the way it has. It took a whole new life that it didn't have before. And while I'm still,
that's very inspiring.
Yeah, well, so really bad at it sometimes. When I'm with you and we're doing japa together, it is the most inspiring that it has ever been. Hearing your stories about Prabhupada, Beatles, and all of these things that you've done with your life, it feels like you've lived 1,000 lives before I met you. And I'm just so grateful to know you and spend this intimate time with you. It's a thing that I don't think I'll ever have again. So thank you so much.
I'll tell you one story about my chanting with Prabhupada. I was coming to give massage the same period in 1969 in London. Prabhupada wasn't ready. He was still doing some correspondence. So he just sit there. He was behind the desk, sitting on the floor. So anyway, while he was finishing up his writing, I had my beats, so I started chanting. But suddenly Prabhupada stopped and he said, "You listen when you chant." And so I became defensive, and I was thinking in my mind, of course I listen. Otherwise, why am I doing it? That was the thought that came in my mind. And Prabhupada looked at me, he could read my mind. He could read minds. Right? He said, I know you listen, but you have to listen very carefully because this chanting is the whole essence of our philosophy. You had a breakthrough recently, it means you're listening. That's the key. Everybody can have that experience of something wonderful. Krishna's there in his name. But we have to learn how to call for him with real sincerity. Probably gives the example of baby crying for the mother. Like this, when the baby started crying, the mother had to get up. It's the new, because the baby's crying. I want my mother. So if we cry like that for Krishna, Krishna will reciprocate. He promises. As you surrender to me, I reciprocate. You know the example of Draupadi. That's my right? When she was calling on the elders, she was calling on her husbands, and she was trying herself to protect. Then she get Krishna, then Krishna. So that's the key. Learn how to call for Krishna with real sincerity. Okay?
Naraka.
I just wanted to say thank you. I was very fortunate to know you since basically almost when I was born. I think basically I feel like without you I wouldn't have I would say like a third eye, or I wouldn't be so open-minded as I am now. I can't really think that without you I would be who I am right now or where I would be. I just wanted to appreciate you, and I'm really grateful that I'm here today and I'm standing before you on your birthday. I was really happy to know that.
There he is.
I was really happy to know that I was invited to come. And I just want to say thank you for all you've done for me.
Hare Krishna. Your brother now.
Maris. I'm sorry that I became all of a sudden I was thinking something about you. I became emotional. But all I can say is I was talking to a senior man. The man told me that, that devotee told me that Trivikrama Maharaj is the person, he's a very rare sannyasi. If you are getting any opportunity to have his association, you grab it. And that's why I'm not able to give it up, Maharaj. Despite you are happy with me or unhappy, or I'm offensive or whatever I am, but I'm not giving up your association. Thank you, Maharaj.
Very good.
Maharaj.
Right. That's your credit.
Question. Maharaj, can I ask a question? Question is, Maharaj, in my experience at different temples that I have gone and visited and associated with different devotees, one thing that I have not been able to understand is coming from a family that has been very loving, caring amongst themselves and very open and transparent to other people. They reach out to people, help other people. But when I sometimes reach out to certain devotees and try to become somebody like close, very close, and sometimes express myself too closely, try to become closer to them, it feels like I'm doing some sort of an offense. Is that because I'm trying to connect them through Maya? Because they feel that I'm trying to impose some sort of Maya or emotions? Like, why do they feel?
How can I give a general answer to that? Yeah, it depends on the person themselves. Maybe they have a psychological problem that they don't want to be intimate with anybody. Everybody has their own hang up, so to speak. So try your best and you result to Krishna. Don't expect anything.
It's not in the Shastras, basically, that you have to not.
Yeah, there is in the Shastra. It is in the Shastra that we don't associate with the atheists. Those who are against Krishna. We don't like to hear them, speak bad about Krishna. We shouldn't associate. But you know about devotees, right? Devotees also, you have to choose your association. If you find that this person is not good, it doesn't make you more Krishna conscious, then avoid that. Don't be attached. Hey. You have to teach him how to sing. Okay?
Yes.
Anyone else?
Yes.
Mahapashanam going
Now we have a cake.
Okay.
I will prepare the table. 2 cakes.
With 80 candles?
I'm sorry?
80 candles?
80 candles. 80 strawberries.
Ja wyłączę kamerę. Dziękuję bardzo, sorry, że ten.
Pokaż torty! Torty pokaż bliżej! Nie wiem, czy się skończyło, czy nie, czy włączy, czy nie, ale chyba koniec.
Wyłączył, no.
Już nie ma transmisji, tak? Hare Krishna?
Wydaje się, że chyba to był koniec.
Tak.
No, chociażby troszeczkę torta zobaczyłam.
Trivikrama Maharajki.
Jai!
Jaj.
O, dziękuję bardzo wszystkim. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Dziękuję, to było
Wspaniałe.
Wszystkiego dobrego.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Wszystkim baktom Haribo. Dziękuję.
Haribol.
Haribo.
Kamerę wyłączoną.
Krishna Haribo.
Haribol.
Dziękuję za wszystko.
Do jutra.
Do jutra.
Jutra.